Welcome to Weapons Education. Huge channel update. I'm in a great mood as always. First of all, thank you. My wife is here recording as usual. It's 11:30. What time do you have to wake up tomorrow?
Pretty early tomorrow.
Pretty early. So she's been sitting around waiting for me to get the little prop set up here, and I had some phone calls to make. I got to work this morning at 6:30 in the morning, and I was up till 2 in the morning returning private messages. I got to about 100 of them. I still have about 100 left. So this channel update is going to cover a lot of things. So I'm going to move right on. If I haven't got back to your private message yet, I will. I promise. Okay? As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to go edit it, upload it, and then while it's uploading, I'm going to type away and get to your private messages. Really appreciate it. This channel is going in huge places. I think one of the things I'm going to mention in this channel update is probably the biggest announcement I've ever made. For me personally anyway. It's so exciting to me. I mean, I thought when I announced the merchant website at one time is like the biggest announcement I made, which is huge. We'll get to that in a moment. It's opening soon. But the announcement I'm about to make in this video, I think is even bigger. That's because it's going to really bring us to the new level. I mean, there's been a gap in the channel, and we'll get to that. I got that gap filled, and I just can't wait to tell you. So hang in there. Let's have some fun. All right, let's talk about the merchant website. Let me tell you about my day first of all, and I'm just talking out loud here, shooting from the hip, no pun intended. All right, just talking out loud, nothing scripted. My day is I'm a financial planner. I've had a really neat life. I'm 48 years old. Going back to age 15, then I think of 17 and 18. And what I've done when I was a young child, I used to really, diaries. Remember those days where people kept diaries? I kept a diary as a guy because I just thought it was cool. I always wanted to keep a record of my life because it was so interesting to me, and I always had a focus on what I wanted to do in life as a young child, then as a teenager, and then going through the ups and downs of being a teenager, and then going through all the turmoils of young in your 20s and making bad decisions and things like that. And what I'm getting at is one little thing is I am writing a book on my life because that's going to cover a lot of the questions, but that's years out. That's a year or two out in the future. Because what I've done is in 1995, when Windows 95 came out and Word, Excel, and computers, and that's when I personally really got involved with computers, was when Windows 95 came out. Then I started typing in a Word document every week, every 2 weeks, exactly what took place in my life and what I liked about the last 2 weeks, what I didn't like, and what my goals are. I'm hugely goal orientated, and I would write out my goals for the month, the quarter, the year. And I have a record of all that. I have a record of my life. So yeah, I'm going to write a book on my life, and I mentioned that earlier in a video, back when I started the channel. And one of my viewers says, I'm still waiting for that book. Well, the answer is, it's years out. I got so much going on right now. Like I said, my day started at 6:30. I drove an hour and a half to South Beach, Florida. Oh, what a beautiful place. I mean, these high-rise condos. I was on the 28th floor of a condo, sitting with one of my clients with a $150 million estate. Then we went to a law firm and a CPA, and I'm on the head of the conference table. I'm all buffed out in my suit. And that's what I do for a living. So what I'm getting at is, a lot of you say, well, Tom, how do you get to where you're at, if wherever I'm at, whatever you think of success is, and I'm not bragging or boasting or anything. I'd like to help people, and I think that comes out in my videos from the comments that I'm getting back in return. I think you realize I'm sincere, and I'm going to say a couple more things here in a moment. But I get a lot of private messages that say, Tom, I'm 18, I'm 20, I'm 22, I'm 25, or whatever age, and what do you do for a living? How did you do it? So at the end of this video, I'm going to give you what I call my life advice, like I do at the end of each of one of my videos. So stay tuned for that. And I'm going to talk about a couple other things right now. So the website, the merchant website, it's just so time consuming for me. For instance, the t-shirts, my wife, please, is there a t-shirt right there? Can you hand me one? No, they're not. They're in the house. Forget that. But you've seen the t-shirts in yesterday's video. We got the Glock t-shirts, these like this, Six Sauer, HK, and over 40 different t-shirts. What I'm getting at is Thursday night now, I got to upload like 40, 50 images along with somebody else, an IT guy, and then we got to get all that done, and then I got to link up for firearm sales with, I call him now, his nickname is, you met Tactical Jim, the National Rifle Association certified trainer. A lot of great feedback. Jim thanks you, I thank you. He's going to be part of the channel, and he's going to be doing education, because I want this to be educational for you. I want you to come to this channel and learn and laugh and have fun all at the same time. So now what I'm getting at is with the merchant website, now that I'm working with Jim, now we got to integrate Jim into that so we can sell firearms through Jim's FFL. So that's postponing it a little bit. The biggest mistake I made was putting a deadline on the merchant website. So I don't know if it's going to be this Friday or the Monday after, but let's just say 7 to 10 days, hopefully sooner, because no one's more frustrated about it than me. But imagine having a day like I did today, and I just got home at 8 p.m. I have 2 girls, age 4 and 6. They're out of school, right? Right? Yes?
Yes, they sure are.
All right. How much time did they spend with me today? 10 minutes? That's not fair to them.
No.
So I'm doing a lot all at once. So please be patient with me with the site. It's coming up. We'll have firearms on there. You'll be able to get it right from Tactical Jim. And he's going to be coming here to my home in Delray Beach and doing videos. But the big news I have, like I said in the beginning, is really, really exciting. So hang in there. Okay, I got to throw something else in there. So now you know about my busy day and why, you know, doing the videos, doing the PMs, responding, all the stuff I love with the channel, running my company, and having 1,000 people plus depend on me for their living every day. It's a lot. And then having my family, so please respect that. I'm really doing my best, but this is my passion. I love the channel. I love the Second Amendment. I'm doing a lot with the NRA. I'm very deeply involved with changing gun laws, more so than what you realize. I'm just talking out loud now. I got radio shows lined up. You know, I've been saying 2012, 2012. I made the decision today that, you know what, I'm watching the news here and there. These politicians are starting to already run. You know, these polls, the straw polls, and all that. We got to start now. We got to start doing stuff now, and I have to be more politically active now, so that the politicians who are getting involved to be voted in, they're going to hear our voice. So I'm going to start with radio shows pretty soon. They're going to surprise you. During the month of September, I have some radio shows lined up. This year, like that next month. I already paid for them. They're done. And it's not like I make a profit off of this. This is because I believe in gun rights. This is because I want to really achieve everything I've been speaking about and tweaking gun laws, getting castle doctrines in more states, and open carry, all the things that we want. And having more law enforcement officers on the channel. Thank you, and by the way, Police Officer Dave really respects all the nice comments. So, yeah, now as far as gun laws, I'm very active in that, also on top of everything I'm doing. So the merchant website will be open, I would say, anywhere from 7 to 10 days, maybe sooner. Hopefully, I wish I could do it tomorrow. I probably could, but with my hectic schedule, I have to just say I got these 4 days I got to take off of work and then open it. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's the answer to the merchant website. I kind of need to take 4 days off of work. And what day do the girls go back to school? No, for real.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday. So that okay. So then your day will be freed up for real. All right. So see what I got going on. We have a 4 and 6-year-old, very loving family. And I like to bring also to those of you out there in America, because I'm going to leave this with a real kind message. If you're going through some stressful times, I want this channel to also bring some joy to your life a little bit and say that there's hope, that you can change your life and you can make your life a little bit better. All right? Enough said on that. I spoke about gun laws a little bit. I spoke about radio shows. I told you I'm going to SHOT Show. SHOT Show Las Vegas. That's cool. Tactical Jim and I are going together. And that's all cool. We're going there. We'll get some little videos there. Now let's get to the big news. The fun news. The biggest news ever. Remember, after I tell you this news, I'm going to finish up with life advice. All right, now I have here a 5.7. Okay, it's unloaded. Nothing in the chamber. Okay, safe. 30 round magazine. This has some rounds in it. Take a good close look at that. I'm gonna get to the big news here. Big news. I'm pretty excited. For me, kind of, because I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this news I'm about to tell you. All right, where do you go shoot a pistol that holds a rifle cartridge? Some of the ranges don't like it, do they? That's, what do I do with it? Let me stand up here. Oh, by the way, some of the cooking videos are going to be pretty cool. My wife is going to do. We got the special machine that I've been making soups out of. I'll tell you about that another time. It's just delicious. Hey, look at this. SIG 556. Focus in on this. Where do you shoot this? You got to go to an outdoor range, right? And you got the range officers, and you got people next to you, and all that noise, and you got to wait, and the horns go off. So whatever the system you got, you got to go out and get your paper targets, and it's kind of boring shooting paper targets sometimes. Everyone's got to admit, yeah, you can hone in your skills. You can get your scope tone zoomed right in and all that. What about this? You want to shoot a Springfield SOCOM 308. You want to shoot one of these puppies? You got to go to an outdoor range and all that. Well, let me sit down and tell everyone the big news because this is huge. All right, 700 acres. We got our own private range. That's the answer. Pretty soon, starting hopefully next week. It says right now it's nothing. And there's only 2 people in the world that's going to have access to it. It's myself and someone else. Secret location. It's not too far for me to drive, so it's easy for me to get there. We're going to get bulldozers out there. We're going to put the big berms up to protect the loads from fire from the background. We're going to get all different types of targets, steel targets. We're going to blow up stuff. I'll bring old cars out there. We're going to blow them up. And how about this? We're going to bring cannons out there, like Civil War cannons, and blow stuff up. Really, we're going to be blowing stuff up outdoors. Be shooting all my guns outdoors at our own private, secluded outdoor range that we'll systematically build with different targets. And over time, who knows, 6 months, 12 months, it's just going to keep getting better and better. We'll start with like 4 or 5 steel targets. You'll see. And then we'll go to whatever we want to. With your input, I'll buy whatever we need to buy to make the channel more exciting for you, the viewer. Now that's how to do a gun review. That's how I take the gun, 5.7, take it outdoors, do some target shooting, add some steel targets, add some whatever different types of targets we decide on, things that are fun to blow up and shoot, and get our accuracy down, and then do a review on the gun. Instead of going to an indoor range and just bang, 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 indoor ranges are cool, don't get me wrong. That's what I've been doing my whole life. But now I have access to a lot of property that's personal. And that's kind of the big news. We are going to be building and designing our own private weapons education outdoor range. I think that's exciting, don't you? That's pretty cool. That's my update. Now what I'm going to do is, my wife's going to go to bed. Hold on a second, hold on. And then I'm going to give you some life advice, and we'll leave it at that. All right, let's get to that. Okay, I like to finish up my update videos with what I call life advice. I do it because I get such positive feedback from everybody, and I also enjoy doing it because of all the thousands of people that I speak to, if I can help 1 or 2 people, then it's worth it to me. And that makes me feel good. And I know that I've been having some positive feedback, and actually I've had people PM me with some of the kindest messages ever in my whole life, in my whole entire business life. I've had more feedback about my life advice videos than even just talking to people in person throughout the years of my life, trying to talk to them across my desk or anywhere in a restaurant and trying to give them advice. I've had more positive feedback from doing this type of forum, us talking to each other. So I'm going to continue doing the life advice because I want to try to help a lot of people who are struggling right now, or even if you're not struggling. but a lot of people are struggling. The economy is not good. A lot of people are out of work. So I come up with these themes, and tonight's theme is two subjects. One is decision making. Now just think about this. I know I'm getting a little deep here, but how many thoughts do you have in one day in your life? There's thousands. You don't realize it, but there's thousands of thoughts. You know, okay, I just made a thought to move that gun. That's a thought. I'm not talking about that type of decision. I'm not talking about picking this up and moving it from here to here. I'm talking about decisions that will change the path of your life. And you don't realize it, but every day you probably make 10 to 15 decisions, or maybe 5 to 10 decisions that given day that will alter the future of your life, your destiny. I do not believe in coincidences. I've been saying that for 30 years. I believe we create our coincidences by making proper decisions. So, I'm just talking out loud here and telling you what's helped me. As a young man, I'm 48, I still like to think I'm pretty young. I'm not that old. But when I was, 18, 20, 25, 30, 35, when I was a young man, I made decisions too quickly. And I had to pay the price. Whatever it might be. You might sling mud and then you're going to get dirty. You might get mad at somebody and then sling mud, you get dirty. Never do that to anybody. Be kind and nice. That's just obvious. But as far as making decisions, just think about it. Should you go on 7 interviews tomorrow if you're looking for work, or 12? That'll alter your life. I'm just making up stuff in my mind because I don't know what your life is exactly. Should you dress a certain way or shouldn't you? If you get in an argument with your boyfriend, girlfriend, spouse, child, friend, should you answer that situation that moment, or should you wait on that decision until the very next day? And I tell you right now, 90% of the time is you should wait till the next day. Sleep on your decisions sometimes. That's what I do now. I will never ever deal with I got levels of decisions, and if it's a kind of a serious decision I have to make, I'll sleep on it, and sometimes I'll wait a day, a week, a month before I decide on how to react to a serious situation, because I know it's going to alter the path of my life. So please put in your mind and keep in your mind that the decisions you make will alter your life. I mean, go back in your life and think about things. I know in my life, if I didn't make certain decisions, I wouldn't be where I am at. I wouldn't even be in the business I'm at. I can't get into all that now. But that's that. Think about the decisions you make carefully. Think about the repercussions. Think about if you sling mud, if you're rude to people, what's going to happen. And then think about if you're super kind and nice, which is always a good thing. There's usually no repercussions in that. I mean, if you put your hands behind your back and you're super kind to people, who's going to hit you in the belly and hit you in the gut? I mean, they're pretty bad, and that's pretty rare. I know there's bad people out there, but I'm just saying, be kind and nice, be respectful to people, think about your decisions. Your life will turn into a better path. I'm not going to get into faith because we're not going there. It helped me, and it still does, of course. But that may be part of your decision making also, is letting go of issues that you might have in your heart and your soul. When I was younger, I used to hold in my problems and live with it. And it was terrible. It was hard. I think of some of the big problems I've had in my life, and we've all have them, and I still have problems. But I let them go, and I deal with them, and I deal with them with professionalism, and I think about my decisions, and I think about how to get through it, and I get through it. And not that I'm perfect, and it's not always going to be a good outcome, but I'm not going to let it ruin my life. My life's too short. I want to enjoy life. So I'm talking about letting go of your problems. If you are going through a divorce, if you are breaking up with a boyfriend, girlfriend, if you have an argument with a sibling or a friend or whatever the situation is, you got to let it go. You got to get it out of you and let it go and move on with your life. Don't let it dwell on you. It's not going to give you any more time in your life. You have to get rid of those negative feelings. It's like a cancer in your body. I mean, if you have a mental cancer in your body, an emotional cancer of a problem, and you let it sit there and manifest and manifest and manifest, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. You're going to be unhappier, you're going to get unhealthy, you'll probably get out of shape and out of weight, which is a whole nother issue. We need to all stay in shape, but you need to think about these things as far as letting loose of your problems quickly. Of course, you have to deal with it. We're all human. I have problems. I get upset. I get very sad. I'm probably more emotional than you realize. My grandpa said I'm strong like bull. That was his joke to me when I was a kid. And but I tell you what, I'm like a big teddy bear. I'm emotional. I get hurt. And but I've also learned to let go. I have to let go of the cancer, the emotional bad cancer of people who affect me. I'm not going to let them affect me no more. It's not going to affect me no more. And it hasn't for years. That's my messages for today. By the way, I got to leave with something on a funny note. Not a funny note, but a cool note. As far as the outdoor gun range, I told you we're going to shoot cannons. Cannons, like Civil War cannons, and we're going to blow up cars, and we're going to blow up refrigerators and microwaves and everything we want. Private property, 700 acres. We're going to have we're going to build it together. You guys are going to give me ideas. And I think that's pretty cool. We'll be selling cannons on the website, for real. Cannons. Like, they're about this big, like 3 foot. And you can shoot like 1-inch lead balls out of them, for real. So if you're in a desert or somewhere, wherever you live in America, if you can legally do it, yeah, we'll be selling cannons. I think that's, I had a fun time doing this update. And please, for me, join the NRA. The link is on my site. You save $10. You know all the benefits by now. You save $10, you get $2,500 worth of insurance. It makes me feel like you're participating in the channel, and I call you personally. Those of you who have joined know I have been calling you, and I still have 100 phone calls to go make. It's 1 a.m. I'm doing this, and I got to be at work in about 6 hours. I'm going to go online and start typing away at comments. I'm going to keep this up for about 24 hours, so I hope a lot of you watch it. Check it out. Bye.